Hello everyone. Today I am going to take up strings in Python. Strings are a sequence of characters, but how will be they stored in the memory? So every string is given a numeric number and ASCII codes are those numeric numbers. ASCII stands for American Standard Code for Information Interchange. But ASCII has 256 characters which are given the numeric number. Why numeric numbers are stored? Because they are easy to convert it into binary. Because characters ultimately have to be stored in the binary format. Python follows Unicode coding system, whereas there are symbols of many other languages like Hindi are also incorporated in them. So in Python, a string is a sequence of a Unicode characters. Unicode has become so popular because every character of all languages are brought into this Unicode. I'll be discussing about ASCII and Unicode in my videos later on. Let's move to strings in Python. Now, how will we can create a string in a Python? We can do so by enclosing the characters within single quote, double quote, or triple quote. Now, single quote, double quotes are there. Triple quotes can be triple single quotes or triple double quotes. The advantage of triple quotes is that you can run your string into several lines and you can have in a multi-line string. So as you can see that I did not have to put anywhere a backslash n. I just wrote the lines in different lines and the output came to me. However, in the single quotes, if I say like this hello world and I print, the hello world will be printed. And if I want to have a line gap, then I have to put an escape sequence myself to put a line gap. So backslash n being the escape sequence will give me the single quotes. So in the double quotes also, if I want to have a line gap, I will be putting backslash n within the double quotes. There is also one more advantage of single and double is that you can have single within double. For example, you want to write this is Rita's book. You can write it very well because this is single quotes within a double quotes. But you can't have single within a single. It will give you an error because it is treating the end of the string. So to have single within a single, you can use a escape character backslash to escape it from its normal meaning, and this it will give you no error. You can even have single or double within the triple quotes also, or a double within a single quote also. So it will work in any way. Now the next is how to access the characters in a string. Now if you have characters in your string and the string is hello, then every letter in the string is given an index number. So H will be given an index number as 0. The next E will be given the index number as 1. The next L will be given as the index number as 2. The next L as 3. And the last letter will be given the index number as 4, which is nothing but the total length of the string minus 1. So if you find the total length of the string, it will give you 5 as there are 5 characters in the string. And the total length minus 1 is the last index number. So if you print that, you will get the answer as total length is 5 and the last character is O. Now, what is this within the square bracket that we are using is called string slicing. So you can give any index number to show the slicing. If you say S0, it will say H. If you say S1, it will say E, and so forth. And this is a whole number that you have to give. If you give a floating number, it will give you an error, type error, because the string indexes has to be an integer. Also, if you give any index number which is not in the range, for example, hello was in the range from 0 to 4. So if I say show me the index number 5, it will give me an index error that this is out of range. So when you are trying to slice a string, do not give a do only give a whole number, and do not give an index number which is not in the range. So this is how we can do slicing and access individual characters in a string. Next, we'll move to the topic where strings are immutable. What do you mean by immutability? It should be very clear. Immutable means a data type where you cannot make the changes at the same memory location. For example, if I have A as mount and then I say A equals to hello. Though I have changed the A string, but with the ID you can see that the changes did not take place at the same memory location. It is a different memory location. That is why strings are immutable data type. Also, I cannot change any particular character from the string saying change M to T. It will give me an error. So type error, it will show me that string assignment cannot take place. So if I'm making any changes to the whole of my string, it will be done at a different memory location, which shows strings are immutable. How can we delete the string? We cannot do any partial deleting of a particular character. If you do something like this with the keyword del, it will give you an error. So what we can do is we can delete the whole object, string object, by saying del s. After we have deleted, if we try to print the s, it will say an error. So let me show you by deleting the s, and then if I print s, since there is no s now in the memory, so it is giving me a name error that s is not defined. So if you want to delete a string, you can delete it with the keyword del and by specifying the object name. Next, our topic is how to do range slicing. So in a slicing, we have seen that we can do a particular index number from 0 to the length of the string minus 1, but we can also give a range like we do it in the range function. Now let me tell you that if we want to give a range, how do we give it is, we specify the slicing with a square bracket and we give a colon. Now, by default, the first starting range is 0, and the last default range is the len of s. Like you have it in the range function, it will not go till len of s, it will only go till len of s minus 1. So whatever I write, the last index, stopping index number, it will not go till stopping, it will go till stopping minus 1. So these are the default values in from of a string hello from 0 to len of s. So if I say 0 to len of s, it will be the whole hello printed for me. Now if I skip and I don't write, it means also the default is 0. So hello. If I skip the last one and say len of s, I skip, again the default value come is hello. Or if I skip both, the default is 0 and the end is len of s, as it will go till the last index len of s minus 1. Now, if I have to fetch and produce ELLO, that means I have to start from index number 1 and go till 4, because only when I will go till 4, it will go till 3. So let me start from 1 and say go till 4. So you will see ELL getting printed. Now in the slicing, I have told you that if you give any index which is out of range, it will give you an error. But when you do range slicing and you give any index out of the range, it will not give you an error. Rather, it will give you an empty string. So even if I say start from 0, go till 8, since there are no more characters after the index number 4, so it will only show you hello, it will not show anything till 8. So in the range, if you give a invalid range, it will not give you an error, rather it will give you an empty string. So this way you can start with any index number and go till any index number. So if I say 3 to 4, that means it will go from 3 till 4 with a step of +1, and it will say hello. It will only say L letter from 3 to 3. I hope the strings and the functioning of the strings are clear. I will have my further updates in my videos you can see later on. Thank you.